The next photograph we have is Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson was also shot on the set of Giant. This is a particularly interesting shot of Rock because he is shirtless. And for any of you that know anything about Rock Hudson, he was probably considered the hunk of hunks back in the 50s and 60s. Shot numerous films with Elizabeth Taylor and of course Doris Day, some romantic comedies, and was basically considered the leading man in Hollywood at the time. This particular photo of him practicing his lasso on the set of Giant actually is an interesting story behind that. James Dean ended up, as part of his preparation, and those of you that know James Dean, he was a very serious actor and took his roles very seriously. Before he actually came on the set, he had already practiced his lasso moves. As you know, there's a scene in the movie where he has to do some tricks with the lasso. And he completely astonished everyone the first day on the shoot with his lasso talent. I mean, he literally was, doing things behind his back and over his head and through his legs, and it was like everybody was dumbfounded. So he ended up teaching Elizabeth Taylor and James Dean as well. Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson as well, some lasso tricks. And Frank caught Rock Hudson taking a little break practicing his lasso as well. There's a funny story, actually, that Frank Worth was taken off the set during one of the breaks, and he, of course, because he and James Dean were such great friends, James wanted to show off to Frank Worth his lasso skills. So during one of the breaks, James Dean takes Frank Worth off the set. I think they're shooting down in New Mexico somewhere, and they're practicing lasso. Well, before they know it, I mean, it's like a 15 or 20-minute break. Before they know it, they've been practicing for over an hour. The Hollywood suits are like completely bent out of joint. The producers are trying to find James Dean because they're, when you're shooting on Hollywood time, every minute, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. Finally, they find these guys. They ramble back in on the set about an hour and a half later, and what can they say? I mean, it's James Dean. He's the star of the movie. So they weren't real happy with Frank. But again, it just goes to show you the great relationship that Frank had with his subjects, and the fact that he was pretty much untouchable by Hollywood because he was, so close to so many of these Hollywood stars, and they just loved the fact that he took photos that ultimately, as I mentioned to you earlier, never saw the light of day. So I think there was a comfort level there. That particular shot of Rock Hudson with his shirt off, we have another one that's really cool, that not part of this collection, but another shot of Rock Hudson that is a little bit more risque. And we have it up at the gallery, and it always turns a few heads when we show it. But again, Rock Hudson, leading man, great shot, and it's yours as part of the Eagle National Limited Edition collection.